And it looks like we're actually opening it up on Theme Park to start, and then Cafe to close it down, Tim.
No surprises from Black Dragons, as I said. I think, I've identified that as a little bit of a weak spot for them, potentially.
All right.
They took great advantage of that Valkyrie last time around, so I'm a little bit surprised by that.
The explosion doesn't really rain home. It doesn't do enough damage or tear its way through anyone, so everyone's still standing. But when you peek out like that with an SMG-11 in your hands, you can probably do the damage instead. So basically, he's in a one-and-done spot now. It's either do or die because you can't really run away. They force him out with the early throwable. There's another pick that's come through in the downtime as well. So they've now cleaned out and got the advantage once again.
4 versus 3, and Furia need to get themselves some kills to get back into this. Fred manages to pick one up onto Hugzord, but really they could do with another one just to give themselves some sort of advantage before Black Dragons start applying too much pressure into the site. The clock is ticking ever in their favour at the moment, and that's exactly what they needed. Bursa picking up a big Nitro kill, Fred and Miracle, and that is going to finish things off. Round number 1, Furia certainly not scared by the Black Dragons.
And Furia playing very well.
But it is only just now that the breach will be opened up. The Maverick does the work. Hugzord opening up that hard reinforcement, dropping it off the wall, and will catch Bursa completely unawares. Needs to be careful there of all the angles that are covering him. I think he knows there's a man just around the corner, which suggests some good drone work coming in from Black Dragons here. They are very aware, and right now there is a man just absolutely clinging on with fingertips. Miracle here will get flashed out and completely shut down by PZD as the push comes in from Black Dragons. But we start to see kills coming back, and a team kill. That is not going to help anybody. Hugzord gets one onto BMH. This one, with 3 men in sight, is surely going to Black Dragons as Patoxy is successful, as he's going to use that hatch to see if he can get a peek down onto any of the attackers. He will see one. He will down the Maverick. He can't spend too long chasing this kill. He will finish things off.
He needs to be decisive, and he needs to pop heads. Slaughters his way through the second, but it wouldn't be the hat trick. He couldn't close it down. Hornetower waits, lurking in the rear for the opportunity to strike, stings him, and that is the end in the round.
This one's going to be decisive. For me, if Black Dragons can take this, great Nitro toss from Highs onto Lagonis once again. That's the second Nitro.
When you're getting down deep into the last minute, and you know you've got the manpower advantage. Look at the peaks as well that they're using, taking every possible positional advantage to try and punish from. And now waits for the oncoming onslaught, and they're going to force them out. Hornetower, Sap, peeking in, now forced back. Nades being dropped down as well as the reposition comes around. Patoxy opening up the walls. They're going to realize where he is. There was a man behind him the entire time. It's Bursa that peers out and will spot him. PZD and Hornetower are both quite literally 1 point of damage from collapsing to the ground. And they will. That's all that's going to happen to them. As Highs sends them off to sleep, they all get dropped. And it is another round going the way of Furia.
Very, very important round for Furia there. Has taken a lot of damage. We can see the drone just peeking its way around there. But ultimately, it is that shotgun. How often do we see the success with the SAS shotguns? Hugzord and Lagonis, though, managing to force their way in through the breach. But we will see Lagonis downed and the diffuser on the ground. It can be collected now. We've got men raining in, but Bursa will get himself one before being traded out. 3 versus 2, and PZD has once again managed to maneuver himself into that reasonably safe plant spot at the back there. Hugzord able to shut down Vigil as he moves through to try and challenge. Diffuser will be successfully put on the ground and activated. They are onto low HP operators, so the chance is there, but as he moves through, he's completely unaware of the location of PZD, who will shut him down on a headshot, no problem, and that is round to Black Dragon. And I've just got to come back, Jackie. So for me, it's just risk without reward at this stage. Every time he pokes his head round there is the potential for him to be shut down, but Miracle will manage to get a shutdown onto PZD with that Toxic Babe canister. Nitro will be semi-successful, getting Hugzord down. BMH will finish off Hornetower, and he's made a real nuisance of himself before Patoxy shuts him down, and we get a couple of quick kills raining in now from Furia, and this is a round that they really needed.
But he doesn't really have time now. It's do or die, peek out. Essentially, he would have had to try and play for the frags, and obviously for Furia, all they've got to do is sit pretty and hold. They watch the angle as well. One might. Clean kill there from Highs.
Black Dragons really feeling like they're out of the depth here on Theme Park. Fred gets a kill onto Patoxy, and it's almost not even their choice as Furia just move through into full control here. Hugzord will shut down Miracle, but right now it just feels like an absolute last gasp effort from them. Need to be aware of, need to keep in the forefront of their mind, and it just becomes more and more difficult. Lagonis taking shots, everybody taking shots. Hugzord being shot down. It's all down to Lagonis here. We've seen him do it before, but he won't do it today as BMH moves in with the knife, and that is going to be another round going in favour of Furia.
Look at him. The Butcher Pete.
And exactly that is what we are seeing now. Black Dragons coming in, same site, same result, and they are just getting absolutely picked apart one by one, and this is going to put Furia on match point, and I'm talking like the round is done, because it is. There's only one way that this round is going, and from that first kill coming in from Fred on this site, it was always going to end in the same way. Lagonis, the clutch master, he's the one you want if you're going to go 1 versus 5, but I just can't see that it is going to be a success from him. It won't, as Fred moves in and shuts him down. Flawless round. Thank you, Furia. Have proved my point in more emphatic fashion there. Site choice, big questions asked into a real difficult situation. Headlong for Black Dragons here. It is time for them to spread their wings. They need to start breathing fire if they're going to get anything out of this one, and that will start them on the way. Lagonis gets one onto Highs. 45 seconds and the pressure is still real as Bursa shuts down PZD, and that now leaves us 4 versus 2, and this is all to do for Black Dragons. That really should have been 1, but it won't be, and I've got to call a bit of a mistake going for the nitro toss there. Challenge user down. They've got him encircled at this point. He's going to try and just open up that wall, see if he can find anybody inside. He won't. He's shut down by Fred as he moves up the stairs. It was as easy as that for Furia, and they take map number 1 on Theme Park.
A deserved win as well. You can't take it away from them. They played very solid the entire way through. They were hitting their shots. The only mistakes, and really some of the biggest mistakes for both sides, all came down to that one site, Tim. It was all about throne room.
Certainly was. There's absolutely no two ways about it. And
is Cafe going to be the same type of affair, or will it be serving us something entirely different? Only time will tell.
So we now are 5 versus 4 coming into the final minute. The castle barricade is opened and challenges will be made. Miracle will shut down Hugzord, and that will now leave us 4 versus 4. 1 minute left to go, and plenty of time for Furia here to get the control that they need.
Furia just lurking in kind. They're actually charged. Patroxy goes for the wide swing. He spots out Miracle, introduces him to the Vector, and in the blink of an eye, 3 players go down at the same time. Fred's first to fall. The Nitro greets BMH and blows him clean out of the server sky high. The final man will fall, and just like that, they don't have much time to defend. They do just need to hold for the next 20 seconds to be able to snatch this one away from Furia, but they're losing out on the fight. Here comes the Nitro, thrown across, Hugzord, blowing BMH to bits, but now he's got to do everything. He is the last Lone Ranger. On the peak, downs another, as he'll stun Bursa and then finish him with the SMG. Walking across no man's land, gets spammed up and brought down to sub 50 HP. He's not in a good spot, but all he has to do is try and play for time. If he can take out the diffuser, it could have been a different story. But Tim, he's smashing through heads. Fred is dead. Opens up the wall as well to give himself another point of rotation. Diffuser's down, peering over the counter, but he needs to count his blessings as he is done. Miracle, another round saved from the main man himself, coming up big. Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh, the timing from Hugzord. He's been waiting for the opportunity to try and strike the entire time with the shotty as he fires out. Buck after buck, but none of it's going to land. He won't be able to take him down, and we're left into the 3 versus 3 as he is eventually cleaned out, mopped up like a spilt drink. They have to make their move in, but that felt a little bit bold. The peek out through the skylight, Lagunis flicks up with a UMP, sends them down. They're all getting dished. You're left with just 1 man remaining. Bursa on the Zofia, creeping his way around, Skult in position, trying to stay low as he turns the corner and fires off the warning shots, trapped between a rock and a hard place, and he gets taken down by Hornetail, the sting from the rear as he'll strike, eliminating him and closing things down.
It really is going to be a big ask here. Highs will get in with an opening kill though. That's exactly what Furia need.
Oh mate, when Big Monty comes a knock in, you better be prepared for a block-in. Oh, Fred, though, through the window, jumping over, looking for frags. He's going to be able to do some damage as well. So right now, Furia are actually trailblazing their way through. He's trying to hold the angle and looking to do some damage, but he wasn't ready for the nade. Over the top, Monty comes in to put him to bed, and it's all down to one man. He does trade, but it's not enough. Backstabbed as well, as he'll be finished off there. As he slowly backs up. Trapped in a horrible spot. It depends on the drop down, but he still gets the shot off. Fred, buckled on impact, breaks his legs and gets left sleeping with the fishes.
Monty's quite often coming in that are willing to drop that shield and use the pistol or even try and break out some hipfire shots, but it's just not been what we've seen out of BMH. Right now, we've got 2 of Furia downed, and it's just an easy pickup for PZD and Hornetau there. It all comes down to Bursa at the last tier. He is 1 versus 3. He doesn't have the diffuser, and he only has 30 seconds to make something happen with no top floor control and a man of the defenders up there. This is going to be a huge ask for him. What a headshot onto Hornetau. He will clean him out, but then the shots come in. He will use the last stand. Won't have time. Shut down by Lagonis, and that is another round for Black Dragons. They come out successful on their defensive half. 4-2, which might not be quite as good as they were hoping for.
They're not going to swing and go for the contact. Instead, they lurk, holding their angles, playing together in the crossfire. He baits out the first, though, looking for the hole in the wall and teaching a lesson to BMH. His teammates will peek to get contact onto the second. He's able to trade as well efficiently. Calm down. Don't get the team kill. Play off the position you put yourself into. They should be able to ride this one to victory, Tim.
They should be able to, as PZD shuts down highs, but Fred moves in and gets a great kill to trade that one out. 2 versus 1. Fred has the time to do this. He's 1 versus 2 on the defense. The diffuser going down. He needed to shut out that first kill. Hugzord will finish it off for Black Dragons, and they are starting to just get themselves into the ascendancy now. 2 rounds away from closing out Cafe.
With a huge height advantage when it comes to the rounds, and they are trying to push in early. They do get a first pick. It's PZD that wins the fight as well, even though he's so low. Literally 1 bullet away from his demise. He was able to scrape out on the initial confrontation. There's another trade coming through as well. He's going to be down. Miracle gets traded upon. Left in a downed position. Timing with an A could be everything. He tried to cook it to perfection like a hard-boiled egg, but he couldn't get it off to try and blow them to high hell. Instead, we're left in this spot. 1 player down, that's Miracle. 2 players alive on the side of Furia. They're trying to make their move over to get him, but they're caught out. If they go for the charge across to try and get him up, they will be susceptible to be shot, Ace. They're in a horrendous position here, and it's not looking good.
Nope, this is great play from Black Dragons. Just as I suggested, they left the roamers out in the cold, didn't worry about that top floor, and just instead focused on the objective, pushed straight in, and they've got themselves the diffuser on the ground, and it's looking good for them. It will be good as they shut down both of the remaining Furia players, Hugzord, and I think it was, I can't remember, I can't see who the second one was that got the kills, but there was a duo that reigned in. What it is that Furia can do from here, it is just absolutely clutching at straws, trying to keep them out of washroom. Hornetau will shut down Miracle, so that is the push done now. We can see that there is long lines of sight that have been opened up, and it is all down to Highs and BMH coming in here. 4 versus 2 as Highs manages to get 1, but the problem here, the real problem for him, is that now his location has been shouted out. It is known, and the pressure is going to be applied, and applied in absolute droves as Patoxy shuts down BMH. It is now 4 versus 1. Diffuser going down on the ground. Lagonis will be successful in doing so. It's only a mere second later that Hornetau shuts down Highs, and that is the game, and that is the map. We've got another draw, Jackie. It's going to be 1 point apiece for Black Dragon. I'm just going to start predicting draws from now on.
Oh, mate. It feels like we need to, because that's the way it's gone. Unfortunate as well. There was a glimpse of a potential punishing play that could have come out into that last round, but it wasn't meant to be. Choked under the pressure and choked clean out of having a chance there on Cafe. They couldn't snatch it away. It will be a 7-2 scoreline in favour of Black Dragons.